Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Josephine. Thank you for, if you subscribe, thank you for subscribing, and I hope you find this video helpful. So today I just want to do a short video today about money management tips. I am not a finance expert. I'm not an expert in money management, but I'm just going to be talking to you about how I'm able to manage my money, especially as a millennial woman, just starting your career, earning not so much, but still earning something that you can work with. Okay, so I'm going to be giving my 5 top money management tips. If I'm looking down, please don't think I'm weird. I'm just looking at something down. So let's just go straight into it. So I think my number one money management tip would be to determine your wants versus your needs. I think I learned this even in secondary school, where you have to make a list of your wants, make a list of your needs. So your wants is something you would like, but it's not something you would really need. Sometimes your wants and needs can be the same thing, but most of the time it's different. So you have to make a list of your wants, make a list of your needs. And I would advise that you do this every month, because of course you earn per month. If you're in Nigeria, of course you understand that you earn per month. For the top 5 items on my needs would be my expenses for the month, like to pay my electricity bill, to pay for certain utilities would be on my top 5 list. The things that I really need to do, that if I don't do, my life would not move, is going to be on my first 5, or maybe it depends on how many it is on my needs. And on my wants would be things I really want to do to treat myself. It could be maybe I want to buy a new wig, I want to buy some new shoes. Shoes can also be on your needs. It really depends on how much you need them. Let's say you're going to work and the shoes you have is no longer serving you and you need to buy a new shoe. That's definitely going to be on your needs list, because you need it to go to work. So now that you've made 2 separate lists for your wants and your needs, you're going to tackle your needs first. Okay, so my third tip is going to be, now that you've made both lists, you have to tackle your expenses first. Once your salary comes in, your expenses, remember, is like the top 5 on your needs list, right? So if maybe, for instance, the expense does not really come immediately, but it's going to come later in that month, just set the money aside. Don't withdraw the money, don't touch the money. Set it aside. Maybe lock it in like a piggy vest lock account, or in a Cowrywise lock account, something. Just set it aside somewhere so you don't spend it. And if it is something that you have to pay for immediately your salary comes in, just pay for it ahead, right immediately you get your salary. Don't wait and say I'm going to do it. That do your expenses, tackle them immediately you get your salary, right? If you are the type like to hold cash, especially for transportation to work, I think you need cash. If you're going to be taking public transport, you should always withdraw it weekly. For me, the day of the week I would advise, what I used to do was every Sunday. So I withdraw money every Sunday for that week. So for that week, I'm not going to exceed that amount. That way I'm able to keep track of my week to week spending. People would actually advise that you have Excel. You have an Excel spreadsheet where you put in all of your expenses. But for me, I like to be proactive on how I spend money. So having a list of the things I want to spend money on, my expenses, and withdrawing my money on a weekly basis really does help me be proactive on how I'm going to spend my money, so I don't overspend. Because you can have an Excel sheet and you still overspend. The Excel sheet is just for you to see how much you spend at the end of the month. So I think about bank charges. Bank charges really do eat into your money. You would not even know, because it just keeps getting out in 50 naira, 20 naira, 30 naira, 100 naira, just all over the place. So for me, escaping bank charges is one of the smart things to do, especially when you can. For me, you can do this with the fintech apps that we have. A lot of fintech apps now, or let's say fintech companies, you can use them with 0 charges, right? So for me, it would be Flutterwave Bata. There are also other ones. There's Kuda, there's I think Go Money, there's VBank and the rest of them. But for me, I use Flutterwave Bata. So what I do is, for my needs and my expenses or my wants, or things that I know I'm not going to be spending for, I'm not going to need cash for, or that I need to transfer the money. So things I need to transfer the money to someone else, or I don't need cash for, I will transfer it to my Flutterwave Barter account. Then I will start making my transaction for my Flutterwave Barter account at zero charges, at zero cost, right? So let's say you're going to be making transfers to, you want to pay this bill, pay that bill, send this to somebody, send that money to somebody. By the time you do it from your normal account, I don't know, whatever traditional bank you're using, we are talking about countless bank charges. But when you're using an app like Flutterwave Barter or GoMoney or Kuda Bank or whatever, you're actually transferring at zero. At least I think for like the first 10 transactions in a day is like zero charges. So that's a really smart thing to do to cut down on bank charges. Whether you earn a lot, you earn little, I think that's a smart thing to do. So I always move a bulk of the money I'm going to be spending on things to that account. I think people always tell me this, like I always get SMS alerts all the time, and then of course at the end of the month they round up SMS alerts, and then you pay for the SMS alerts, which could go up to 1,000 naira plus, and then you also pay VAT on the SMS alert. And I feel like if you're always connected to the internet, you should cancel the SMS alerts and instead use the email alerts, which is actually zero cost. So SMS alerts costs, I think it's 4 naira per alert, I'm not sure. But I think switching to an email alert, if you're always connected to the internet, if you're absolutely sure you're always connected to the internet, because you don't want to be in a situation whereby you're being defrauded or your card has been stolen, information has been stolen, and you don't know that money is leaving your account because you're not connected to the internet. So if you're always connected to the internet, you can always just switch to an email alert kind of thing, and then you are not charged for that. I think that's pretty much it that I can talk about now. I'll be doing subsequent videos on how to spend less, whether you like to go out in Lagos, if you like to stay in, of course you don't spend much, but if you're someone that likes to go out, affordable places to go to, tips on how to spend less as an extrovert in Lagos specifically, or maybe even in Abuja. I think for cities in Nigeria or mostly Africa, I think they're kind of similar. So I'm making more videos about how to handle your finances. I hope these 5 tips have helped you. That's it. I hope you subscribe. Please leave a comment below if you have any tips to add, if you have even criticism, no problem, or if you just want to share your ideas or anything, I really appreciate that. And if you can share the video too, thank you. Shit.